Hello everybody, today we're doing a little video for you about how we set out our slurry pipes. And the added bonus today is you don't get to look at me, you get to look at what I'm doing. So as I said, this is in the top-end video a few weeks ago. This is the field we're going to reseed, so it's been sprayed off. You can see it's looking a little bit yellow now. It's a few days ago it was done. The thistles are turning, you can see that the tops of those are just going yellow. So what I'm doing is just rolling out, it's only because we're close to the yard, just a short pump today. It's just 2 pipes, and each pipe is 200 meters, so we'll be using 400 meters of hose. So it's only a little one, and I can use the front railer, which is much quicker than putting on the big railer on the back. I can leave this one on and run out. So there's the first pipe out. We'll just jump out and connect the two together. Okay, so these are Bauer couplings. It's 2 halves, there's a rubber ring up in here that seals that side, and the clamp. Just an over centre clamp. Okay, so this tractor has got a twin hydraulic pump, which gives us much higher flow than standard, which is what we need for rolling out the pipes, and especially rolling in. So you'll see the gate is roughly centre of the field, it's a bit off to one side, but this is quite almost a rectangular field. But what I'm doing, I come across diagonally to the far side, and then once we get to the far edge, we will double back on ourselves and follow back down where we've just come from. Try and keep the pipe reasonably straight, otherwise we get kinks in it. So we've reached the hedge now. We're going to turn round, slow down to leave a loop, if we don't want to leave any kinks. So you can see here why we're reseeding this. You can see all the brown patches. That's where it's got thin. Okay, so now we're going back down as tight as is practical back to the pipe that we just came at. So just coming up to the end, slow the hydraulics down, because otherwise it is too fast when you're trying to be precise, and hopefully that will drop out nicely. There we go. And then we can just turn around, hook on the spreader on the back. Okay, so this is our spreader, just a single jet, nice and simple, nothing, no moving parts, easy, cheap, and we just stick the pipe on the back again. So down at the yard there, you can just see it's just coming through the gate now, look, up the pipe. Okay, so it's coming up the pipeline now, it's going round the loop at the top, and it's just coming down the hill. Just a little bit of air out first, and then we're going. So we've been going up and down a couple of, well, second time up now. As you can see, we're moving diagonally across the field. The reason I do this, no, it's the way I do it, I don't know what everybody else does, but the way I do it is so that you go both ways across the field, and then you can eliminate some of the twisting you get. 'Cause if you started at one side and worked right the way across, the pipe rolls, it follows you, and that's where you get a lot of twists in it. So by going both ways, that's how I try and avoid it. So this is probably going to turn up looking like a Slurry Cat advert. We did buy all our gear off of Slurry Cat, and it's very good stuff, it's never let us down. We've got, back at the yard, we've got a Doda, or Doda, not sure how you pronounce it. It's an L27 pump. When we bought it, it was the smallest pump they offered. I'm not sure if they still offer it or not. But for us, that will run up to 1600 metres of pipe, which is ample, which does everything we need to do. But I must say, we are quite, as you can see, we're not hilly, we are very flat. So if you were in a hilly country, that pump probably wouldn't run as much pipe as it does for us. So when we're on the long run, when we can pump 1600 metres, we've got 400 metres of 5-inch pipe, and the rest is 4-inch, which is what we're just using 4-inch today. So the 5-inch won't fit on the back of this spreader. I've always got to run a 4-inch, pull a 4-inch behind me, because it just physically won't connect into the back of the spreader. But just for short runs round the yard, if I can reach it with 3, which is 600 metres, that's by far the easiest way with the front reeler to do it. And on the pump we're running, it's a 140 horsepower tractor, so it doesn't take a lot really. Okay, so we're just crossing over the pipeline now. We're going to spread on to the other side of the field. You can drive over the pipes, it doesn't do them any harm as long as it's not stony. I don't do it no more than I need to, because they are quite expensive if you do get a hole in them. So it's best to avoid it as much as you can, as far as the way I do it. Okay, so here we are now, we're approaching, we finished the far side, we crossed the pipe, we've come back, we've done the bigger side. It wasn't divided in two if we had a bigger side. So as you can see, the pipe snakes along from where we laid it out. It's got a bit of a snake in it, but it's not twisted up. So what I try to do is, as soon as we get to that far corner, so it's another pass and back up, and then we should be there. And then that will leave that pipe almost as straight as it's practical to do in this field. Okay, so when we get there, we'll drop the pipe off the spreader, we'll break the joint part way down, which is down there, and then we'll roll this one up. Because what we're doing this field, and we're going to go next door as well. But I find if you pull them through, depending on the field, there's too much here. There's a whole pipe and about probably a third of the last, or maybe even half of the last pipe, the first pipe on the pump. And to pull that through the gate would be too much. It would twist up, especially as it's laying out the way the pipe is laying out at the minute. So what I will do is I will roll it up. and then remove it and roll it out again. It takes time to do that, but it's far quicker to do that than it is to drag it and get some twists into it, because then once you get twists in, it's difficult to get them out. So I'm sure to get some comments saying about the fact we're using a splash plate. And I know in some countries, in the Netherlands and places, they are actually illegal, but in the UK we are allowed to use them, and we shall continue using it until such time as we're told otherwise, which may well come one day. We don't know at the moment, but it's very simple. It works. We can spread it onto grassland, onto stubble, you know, any surface we can spread onto. It doesn't block up, it doesn't take, there's no macerator or nothing in it to wear, cause us problems. So while it's still able to use it, we will carry on doing so. Okay, so we stopped pumping now. You can see the pipe's gone flat. You can see it snaking back towards our, you know, where we've travelled. So what I'll do now, I'll drop the pipe off, I'll turn around, hook onto the reeler, and we'll reel it in. Now, as you can see, some of it's drained out, some of it hasn't, but the pipe's gone flat. There's no twists in it. If that was to twist up, you would see it like a big rubber band. Now, if it works, you know, we're on a bit of a slope here, so the pipe may well drain itself out, but it often works better if you can keep a little bit of water in the pipe. That will help to push it on if there is a bit of a kink in it. But it's looking all right in a minute, so we'll jump out, we'll take the back off the spreader, we'll go and break the joint over down there, and then we'll hook on and we'll see how we're looking. Okay, so when I undo the pipe, I pull it back a little bit, get a bit of slack. That makes it easy then to connect to the reeler when you've got some slack under there. Okay, so you can see that pipe is still as full as ever, so that's got a bit in there. So this is where it gets a bit exciting when we got to undo. So we'll put some wellies on, because we're going to get dirty. So we use our patented device for undoing the clamps, widely available. See, it's quite firm still, so there's a lot of water in there. So we'll put this over, we'll stand back and we'll see if we get covered. This used to be longer, but it broke, so it may not work. Okay, so in the reeler, there's a hollow section down the middle. That's where we drop the couplings into. So we put that at the top. When we're going to connect up, it's easy to it just drops in there, and then that holds it securely. Okay, so here's the holes. So make sure he's down, these aren't going to get in the way. So we'll pull back a little bit. I'll get the lowest gear we got, 1A, put our second pump in to get the hydraulics, and on this tractor the front linkage is run off of this joystick. So forward and back, it's the same as what you would have on a loader, so forward and backwards is up and down. and then pull it towards me, and then pull it towards me, pulls the pipe in, and push it away, feeds the pipe out. So put it in forward, and then we steer side to side to fill that section up, and hopefully we don't get too much twisting in it. So by going in the lowest gear we got, we're pulling the pipe towards us as well as moving and steering side to side, so that keeps it tight on the reel. And now you can see we've got a twist coming up. Hopefully there's enough liquid in the pipe that should push out, but we'll see. There's a few going on now. If you get a lot of twists, you can reverse and they will often come out, but not always. Let's see. See, there, we've pulled it out now. The old twist doesn't matter, but we don't want a full pipe like that. That's too many now. I'll roll that out and start again. So you can see there's a little twist up the halfway down. We'll just pull backwards and it's coming out. And the bit of liquid left in the pipe should push it out. There she goes. We've got to be careful as we get near the end that doesn't flick over and come back and smash through the windscreen. So there we are, rolled up. Let's go in. What we do now, we'll put the other one on, we'll tie this one on, we'll put the other one on, roll it up a bit just to the gateway, and then we'll feed out, ready to go into the next field. Rolling out in the next field now. The good thing about having this joystick, you can go up and down the gears with these plus minus buttons, so you haven't got to take your hand off the steering wheel or the joystick. Close to the hedge now, so what we'll do another loop, and we'll slow down but keep the reader going at the same speed to lay down a loop. And then follow back up where we've come from, same as last time. Drop out. There we are, ready to go on again. So here we are spreading into the second field now. So the first field we're going to plough and reseed, and this second field we're going to treat in a slightly different way, but we'll come to that one. That'll be a separate video, so I'll explain what we're going to do in this field when that comes around. So I'll give you a little demonstration now of how I set out pipes and roll them in. Certainly it's not the only way to do it. It might not be the right way, it's the way I do it. So if there's anybody got any comments or ways I can improve it, I'd be pleased to if you put a little comment in the comments down below. And other than that, comments are always welcome. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to keep up with what we're doing throughout the year. So I think that'll be it for today, so it just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.